How's it going, everybody? RyeSquad here today, and we are back with your Columbus Blue Jackets here in episode number 7, the episode where we make our playoff debut. Before we get started, guys, over 75% of you are not subscribed. We're on the road to 4,000 subscribers, so if you could help us get there and you're this far into the series, why don't you join us and hit that subscribe button. Also, guys, you guys have been giving so much support on the series. It's been amazing. I'm going to keep the like goal where it's at. Can't we hit another 15 likes? You guys are crushing this in like just about a day at this point, and for this far into the series, I can say thank you so much for all the support. But we are here in the playoffs making our debut, and our first opponent will be the Ottawa Senators. Now, we're going to have our lines the way they were to finish the season. We still have the opportunity to potentially move line A back up should the Marchenko experiment, not work out for us. But I do really like the idea of having two top lines, and then the third line. I think it's a really solid third line. It's nothing special, but I think it's pretty good. I like the idea of our top six just being, doesn't matter which line's out there. They're going to be playing the majority of the night, right? Almost 2/3 of the game these guys are going to play. I think having two good ones is what we need, more so than maybe stacking just line one. Should we get into trouble in the playoffs? Sure, I'll move line A up. But for now, I think Marchenko will stay there. Defensively, we did kind of figure it out. It did settle in here to this Werenski, Boqvist, Provorov, Jirasek, Peak, Severson. Those are being our pairings, and I'm not going to make any changes. I think I'm fine. Maybe Severson goes up, maybe Boqvist. We'll see. He's an offensive defenseman. Can he put up points and keep the puck out of our own end? Oh yeah, and speaking about keeping the puck out of our own net, the wheel spin at the end of the last episode said that we had to start our backup goalie for the next 5 games. So Daniil Tarasov is our goalie for the playoffs, at least the first 5 games, and maybe in Game 6, if there is a Game 6 in this series, we switch back to Merzlikins. Maybe he's killing it. I don't know, but we got to see what Ottawa will be throwing at us to start this playoff run. So let's go ahead and see what the Ottawa Senators look like. What did they do to get into the playoffs as the number 1 wild card? Well, they've got Tkachuk, Stützle, and then Barabanov, who I believe they acquired him from Calgary at the deadline. Yeah, they made a move at the deadline, so he's now playing on their top line, so that's pretty interesting to see. Tanner Pearson's playing with Giroux and Batherson, Ridley Grieg with Norris and Joseph, and then Formanton, Shane Pinto, and Zach McEwen. Shane Pinto, isn't playing much in real life right now, so that's tough. But anyway, defensively, they seem to have a similar idea as us. They got a really good two-way forward here in Shabbat, and they're pairing him with an offensive defenseman. I would say Boqvist is better than Brandstrom right now, but that's debatable. I mean, he is much better. I think he's much better. I don't think Brandstrom, he looks all right, but not as a top pairing defenseman. I would have moved either Sanderson or Chychrun up, but they decided to spread the wealth and play Chychrun with Hamonic and Sanderson with Bernard Docker, which I can understand why they would do that. Instead of having all the talent on one line, it's sort of like what we're doing with our forwards. They're kind of spreading the wealth. And then in goal, they got Joonas Korpisalo, former Columbus Blue Jacket, making his revenge, I guess, return. And then Anton Forsberg here is their backup. So should there be a goalie crisis in Ottawa, they've got a pretty decent backup. And as far as scratch, nobody that I'm really considering to be that tough to see. Should they make a change? I don't think the computer makes changes like that. But anyway, if you guys are new to the channel, you guys know I can jump into 1 game per series. It doesn't have to be a closeout game. It doesn't have to be the final game of the series. I can jump into the third period of 1 game per series. So if we're up 2-0, maybe I want to make it 3, or if we're down 3-1, maybe I want to win one. I get to choose, but it's only 1 game per series. So here we go. Ottawa is our first test here in the postseason. So let's get it started. In the first period, we are down 2-1. Stützle and Tkachuk scoring, but Kirill Marchenko scoring for us. We do have the lead in shots. I don't like the fact that our color is red. I'd much appreciate if it was blue, but it's just going to be weird this series. In the second period, we tie it with Liam Foudy scoring there on the 4th line. I love to see that. And then in the third period, it is 3-3. Kent Johnson scores, but Batherson scores to tie it. And in overtime, Ottawa takes this one on the power play. Okay. Who took the penalty? Marchenko with the hooking minor. And Ottawa takes this one 4-3. I mean, we scored 3 goals. We just got to do better defensively. I want to score 3 a game, really, in the postseason. If we can get 4, that's great, but I feel like 3, you should be able to score 3.5 per game, and that's all we really need. But Kirill Marchenko with 2 points, but a costly penalty, losing us. Well, the penalty kill had a chance to make something happen, but you can't take that penalty there in overtime. They do steal 1 on the road, so now Ottawa only has to win their home games. In the first period of game number 2, it's a similar result as we're down 2-1. A power play goal from Tkachuk, a power play goal from Jenner, and Ridley Greig scoring for them to make it 2-1. After the second period, Kirill Marchenko ties it up. It is 2-2. And in the third period, we put home 3 goals, 2 from Laine on the power play, 1 from Peak. Stützle's 1, got them back to within 1, but Peak gave us that insurance marker with 4:12 to go, and we never looked back. A solid 5-3 victory there. 3 goals in the third. I will absolutely take it. Scoring when it matters. Marchenko with another goal, a goal per game. I will take that. And Laine on the power play scoring, right? So if we can get those 2 guys to score, I feel like things are going to be churning along for us here. But we do head to Ottawa for game 3. And if we win this one, we regain that home ice advantage. So let's see if we can do it. In the first period, we're down 3-2. Barabanov scored, followed by Kent Johnson. Tkachuk and Joseph extended the lead to 3-1, and then Laine scored to cut the lead back to 1. In the second period, they scored 2, we scored 1. Bernard Docker and Barabanov on the power play, I might add, and then Boone Jenner gets us back to within 2. So we're still within reach. But it's an uphill battle here going into the third period where nobody's going to score. And we lose 5-3 after winning 5-3. And we are now down 2-1 in this series. I just got to make sure that Tarasov is playing these games. I may have missed that. I may have forgotten to change that because it automatically sets your best goalies every time. So one thing I want to check. If I haven't played Tarasov all the games, I apologize. I will make sure to focus on... Yeah, Merzlikins has played 2. The next 4, I have to make sure... Well, if we have 4, I will make sure Tarasov plays. That's my bad. I was going to change the lines. I am going to move Marchenko off that top line. It just seems like that top line is getting scored on quite a bit. So we are going to go ahead... Make that change. Laine up to the top line with Johnson and Gaudreau. Marchenko with Jenner and Fantilli. And then we got to go to goalies and make sure that Daniil Tarasov is starting. So we'll flip-flop him, right? This will be a second game. We need to play him 3 more. Hopefully we can get through this series with him getting the rest of them and winning them. So we're on the road. We need to steal this one. We need to steal. If we win this one, our home ice advantage is back. Come on, Tarasov. I want to see a good game out of you. First period, 0-0. That's not too bad. Second period, it's 1-0. Foudy scoring again on the 4th line. And in the third period, Ottawa ties it. It's 2-1. I don't really think I want to use my jump in just yet. Formanton scores with 34 to go. And in overtime, nobody scores in the first overtime. Come on, offense, come back to life. Second overtime, Ottawa scores. Batherson on the... Okay, who took the penalty again? It was Adam Boqvist this time that took a hooking minor at the end of the first overtime. The carryover worked. A 2-1 win there for Ottawa. And they have won all their home games, and they've stolen one on the road. So what we need to do now is steal this one back on home ice. I mean, we need to win the next 3. We are currently down 3-1 in the series. So I'm going to go ahead and edit the lines. And make sure that Tarasov is still starting. There was a really good game from Tarasov. I can't really blame him there. So Daniil Tarasov, there we go. He's now the starter. I forgot that I guess I should turn off auto-rotate goalies for this kind of challenge, and then I can turn it back on. But it is what it is. We're back. Tarasov, I mean, maybe I should have been playing him. Maybe he would have been playing really, really well. But that's 2 overtime losses now for Daniil Tarasov in the postseason. This is a must win. We have to win this game on home ice. It may be one that I have to use a jump in. Maybe I trust, maybe I don't, but we'll see. After the first period, it's 1-1 Beauvillier, and that third line finally shows up. And Stützle scores on Tarasov there. They've only got 6 shots. That is quite low. 1-1 though after 1. In the second period, 1-1 again. Greig and Laine scoring. If we lose this game, we're out. We need to... Oh, God. Do I trust or do I jump in? If I jump in, it makes it 3-2, and I have no control over the next few. But if I just trust, I think we'll watch this one. I think we'll slow watch Brady Tkachuk scores. We're jumping in. We're jumping in. We can't lose this game. This is an elimination game. I should have jumped in earlier. They scored in. Thankfully, they scored if they were going to score at all. They scored in the first just about a minute. So now I'm jumping in, knowing that I need to score 2 to keep this one alive. We're going to shorten the bench. I'm going to decline the call a timeout, though, because we just jumped in and the period just started, so there's absolutely no reason to call a timeout. We're going to go over there to Johnny Gaudreau. Back in the middle, Johnson. Ooh, a good save. Johnson, get that to the point. Peek over to Severson. Severson's clapper is saved, but we're getting some pressure on here. We've got full pressure. Gaudreau picks up the puck. Laine now can't get rid of it. Shabbat with the puck is going to get knocked down there. We love to see that. Good forecheck. Kent Johnson now with the puck. Oh, no, Peek. Oh, did he trip him? Oh, that's not a trip. There we go. Peek picks it up, though. I'll go back to the point to Severson. We go up to Kent Johnson. Johnson comes around. Johnson, we're in the net, or we're in the zone. Shoot short side. Korpisalo didn't move. That was a good read from him. He's pretty much out of stamina, and we got a little bit of time left of full pressure. So, okay. Wait, does it say B? Does B? No, B doesn't. B doesn't change the lines anymore. EA, what are we doing? Come on. It's the left and right on the D-pad, especially when you're using total control, that is. Here we go. Face off. 1 shot. Good glove save from Korpisalo. He gains a little bit more stamina back. Maybe we got to shoot low for some rebounds, see if we can crash the net, maybe. But we have shortened the bench. We're rolling 3 lines. That's it. We're probably rolling 2 defensive pairings. We got Werenski and Boqvist back there. Can we win another one? This would be huge to win another face-off right now. We do. Werenski picks it up. He gets it to Boqvist. Boqvist finds Gaudreau. Gaudreau, we're going to skate around with it. Gaudreau, they look to be slow. We're going to go back to the point. Werenski, the slapper, Johnson, the broken stick. He picks it up. Doesn't matter. Korpisalo's tired. Shoot low. Laine's there. Korpisalo makes the save. Full pressure, though. We're starting to build up that pressure gauge yet again. Ottawa's probably, just trying to shut it down here. They're on the road. Shots are 34-15. Did I see that? Man, I should have jumped in at the start of this period, but we got Boone Jenner here. Big face-off. He is going to win it. Fantilli to Boqvist. Fantilli with the puck. We have full pressure again. We're going to go... Oh, there's nobody in front of the net. Somebody get in front of the net. There we go. The tip from Boone Jenner. Fantilli now. Get there, buddy. He knocks Barabanov off the puck. He picks it up, but Tkachuk comes in. The captain finds Hamonic. Are they going to clear the zone? They do. Hamonic is going to skate back into the zone, and he's going to ice the puck. That's an icing. And we get full pressure to stay on with 9:20 to go. Still down by 1, though. Things are feeling pretty slow here for us. We haven't really... Nobody's moving, right? We're not attacking the way I want to, but they still have line 1 out there. And they are exhausted, it looks like. Werenski now. Can we take a shot? There we go. Werenski get it to Fantilli. Fantilli. The slap shot. Korpisalo makes the glove save. No rebound there. I was shooting low, hoping to see if we could find Marchenko on the rebound, but no dice. And full pressure is gone. We're being out-hit in this game, which isn't necessarily the end of the world because we've been doing a lot of the attacking here, too. But they are going to roll with their third line. Boone Jenner, a big face-off win. We're going to go there to Fantilli. Fantilli down to Jenner. Jenner around his man. Can we get that thing down and around to Marchenko? We can. We can't get it to him, though. Sanderson picks it up. Norris finds Grieg, and they finally have fresh legs. Joseph now is going to get knocked off the puck, but not much. Marchenko, good back check there. Does just enough to disrupt the shot. Tarasov with a good save. We got to keep this puck moving, though. We got to get out of the zone. Marchenko now up the boards. Marchenko around his man. Marchenko to the front of the net. The backhand, it goes through his legs, and Korpisalo covers it on the line. Almost knocked in by their own team. And it's covered on the line, and we get line 1 back out there. We need to take some shots here. I'm gonna see if I can get it to Boqvist quickly. No, we lose that one to Giroux. Bernard Docker, one of the goal scorers, I believe, in this game, is gonna play with the puck. Batherson can't get it out. It does eventually come out. We do time it perfectly there. Can we go down and around? Goudreau's there. There we go. Gaudreau, get there. We got Werenski. We'll go over to Boqvist. Boqvist slap shot. Gaudreau can't get the rebound. We're gonna go back to Werenski. We got the full pressure on. We're going to go low to Laine. Laine over to Kent Johnson. He finds him in front of the net, and we have tied it. We have tied the game. I don't know how much time was left, but it can't be much. And that is the equalizer, the third goal of Kent Johnson's postseason. And what a goal it was. Well worked. We went down low to Laine. Gaudreau found Line sitting there. He pops it straight across out to the front of the net. Kent Johnson beats his man to the puck and is able to tie the game. They called a timeout, it looks like. And 1:44 to go. They needed a timeout to regroup, but bad news for them. We still have our first line out there, and now, thanks to the timeout, it's got full stamina. Joseph gets into the zone. He's going to skate around Norris. A good block from Johnson, the goal scorer making the block. We're going to get that thing around. Johnson picks up the puck. We're going to get it up and out. Johnny Hockey now with just 26 to go. We try to dangle to the front. Provorov can't pick it up with 20 seconds to go. It's a 2-on-1 for Ottawa. Joseph now skates in. He's going to find Norris, who finds Sanderson. The puck is wide. 13 seconds to go. Fly the zone. Oh, Ivan Provorov. 9 seconds. Kent Johnson in front. Kent Johnson in front. And he scores. It's 4-3. And we are surely going to win it now. Holy smokes. Provorov breaks the zone. Kent Johnson in the clutch. Look at this. The puck just finds its way to him, and he's able to bury that. Kent Johnson's 4th goal of this postseason, tied with Line A, and it couldn't have come in a bigger moment, and we surely now are going to stay alive in the postseason. We have to just make sure we see it out here. We just got to make sure we see it out. They're not going to get into the zone. Norris can't get there, and that's all she wrote. It's 3-2 in the series. We live to fight another day, and oh my God, did we ever fight. 40 shots to their 17. Wasn't even close, but the game was. Wow, that was a really, really intense one there. We got 2 more, and I can't jump into them. I cannot jump into these games and save the team should they need it. So we just gotta trust. Tarasov, how is Tarasov? What are his stats like in this? I mean, it's not bad. He's got 1 win thanks to us just now, but 907. I mean, it's better than Merzlikins, who also has a win. So maybe I should have. Maybe I would have gotten lucky. 2 overtime losses is brutal for a goaltender in the postseason here. So anyway, a must-win game now on the road. Ottawa with a chance to close it out. First period, it's 4-1. We came to play. There's a hat trick from Beauvillier in the first period. Grieg scores and Tessier scores, and it's 4-1. A hattie in the first from Beauvillier. He's awake. 4-1 after 2. I'll take it. And after oh my God, Tarasov, what did you know? I was certain that this was going to be a win and we were going to 7. But Ottawa bounces back. We're going to slow sim overtime. Oh, and Brandstrom, who I ripped on him before the series, that he wasn't nearly quality enough to be a first-line defenseman, is going to put the nail in the coffin there. Oh, no. We had it, and we just let it slip away here in the 3rd period. 3 goals. I mean, it was 4-1 after 1. And we got beat 3-0 in 3rd, and we lost every overtime. We went to 3 overtime games. It's just, we were that close. Oh, but our playoff run is over. Our playoff lives done for another season. I mean, it was fun. We had a good time with Kent Johnson, but he didn't score really in the sim much. We doubled his tally, but 3 overtime losses. That's about as tight as it gets. It was one heck of a series, guys. A 4-3 overtime loss to start. Then we win 5-3. We lose 5-3. A 2-1 overtime loss. We come back and win 4-3. And then lose in overtime again 5-4. We just didn't have that clutch gene this year. But I know we'll be back. I know we will. All right. You know what? I think I'm going to wait and spin the wheel at the start of the next episode. I mean, I don't know. You know what? No, we're going to spin it now. I'll get you guys over at the wheel. All right, guys, here we are at the wheel yet again. I was thinking about maybe not, but we'll see what happens. I mean, somebody could want out. It could be big. Why not, right? And we're going to say that this player might not want an extension. And we know the only guy that doesn't want an extension is Provorov, right? So I think what I'll do is I'll extend it out to anybody, right? There's a 40% chance of not wanting an extension, so we'll have to go to the RNG. But, I mean, Provorov, Danforth, Olivier, I mean, those are really the only guys that are expiring this year. So we could even take it into account, you know, players that might not want an extension after this year. Guys like Laine, guys like Jenner, Fantilli, Marchenko, right? Beauvillier, Jirasek, Middlestat, Tessier. Those are the guys that could potentially be on the out here. 40% chance of not wanting an extension. Maybe we can change their mind. Ooh, it's going to be Boone Jenner. Boone Jenner is one of the guys that might not want a contract extension. Now, that could be because he's just feeling his age, or I don't know what it is, but we have to go to RNG. So I said 40% chance, right? So we'll set it to 100 here, between 1 and 100. 1 to 40, he doesn't want an extension. Anything else, he does. And it's going to be 48, so we get away with another contract extension negotiation. Boone Jenner is still, for now, interested in a contract extension. We could extend him July 1st if we wanted to. That's why he's involved in this. But guys, thank you so much for watching. It was a fun playoff run, even though it was only a series. A lot more to be seen from the Columbus Blue Jackets here in the postseason, just as this is just our first step in season number 2. Appreciate you guys being here. Make sure to leave a like if you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you want to see some more. And I will see you guys in the next one.
It's a free for all.